This is a Minecraft biome. If you're familiar with the game, you'll know that there are many biomes, but specifically, one of the rare ones is called the Badlands. This year, LEGO actually made a set from this biome. They wanted to drain all your money on it. I'm just kidding, it's only like $16, but you get the point. LEGO is expensive. And on top of that, the Minecraft sets really aren't that good. They're very illegal. So after picking up this set online, I decided to do some research on Google, and it was sort of helpful, I guess, kind of. It was just very vague, and I don't even know what edition I have. So I just decided to follow Google's instruction and look for a path of oak trees with coarse dirt. It didn't work. I created another world and tried again, and it took me somewhere else, which is definitely not the Badlands, but I did see a cute little fox, so I guess that was cool. And then I tried a third time, and I guess now I can barter with piglins. Even then I didn't end up where I wanted to be, but then I walked around a little bit and found this super cool cave. Even though I couldn't find the Badlands in the game, I decided to make my own here and try to recreate the set the way it is. I ran into a few problems, seeing that the colors didn't match up with what's in the LEGO set. Like the middle color that is usually like the light nougat color was nowhere to be found. So I ended up just using like a light red color, and I guess that would be considered like sand red, but sand red is really expensive, so yeah. Then I tried putting these slabs right here. I'm not really sure what the equivalent is in LEGO. I couldn't find a rod piece, which is originally in the set, so I guess that is a flaw in the set. Then I tried to make the railroad tracks, which were kind of hard, honestly. It's very unrealistic from the set because there's like 2 blocks representing it in LEGO, when in fact you only need 1 block to make a railroad thing. So if I use 2 here, it works, but then if I do 4, it creates a circle. So that's not very realistic. From then on, I tried to make it as realistic as possible to the set, but due to these errors, I had to move everything around and redo that part. And honestly, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. So from then on, I kind of got discouraged and decided to just try to stop doing this because it wasn't really going anywhere. After all that, I realized that I do have the Bedrock version and not Java, so that's why it didn't work. Even though I couldn't find the world, I still had a mock to make. So in order to fix the set, I actually had to build it first, so that's what I'm doing here. And I really like all the little parts that were inside of it. Even if I want to tear this apart, there are definitely some great pieces. So for the set, this actually isn't as bad as I thought it would be. It comes with all these different minifigures, and I think it's actually really nice. As for the play features, it is pretty accessible, which I don't really know who would want to play with this. I know I won't, I really don't want to play with this. How would that even work? Like, okay, yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10, which is pretty generous. But after all, it is illegal, so I had to make some changes. I grabbed all my dark orange plates and decided to come up with a strategy to make sure that all the cubes were the same exact size. I did end up having to demolish the set because I didn't have enough of the dark orange pieces. As you can see here, I just lined the sides with some tiles and then tried to do a snot technique here on the side. I ended up scrapping this idea because I didn't think it would look as good with plates on the top, and I didn't have enough other parts, so I decided to just totally change it. Instead, I used headlight bricks on their sides so that way that I could actually have control of how far I wanted the studs to go up. So I just put plates on here and then eventually had some tiles on the top, and it's super sleek. You may be wondering how this is more legal than the actual set, but in the other set there were actually no blocks, so that's pretty illegal. I started getting low on dark orange parts, so I made part of it sand, and I think it looks good and is a good mixture. The second problem that I fixed here was the dimensions of this trader post. Now, I'm not sure, I've never seen one of these in the actual game, but I can imagine that they aren't that wide, so I decided just to make it 6 by 6, and I think it looks really nice and a lot more realistic to the game. Then the third thing that I wanted to make sure that was fixed was the top here, and I just tiled that off, and I think it looks a whole lot more sleek and realistic. I continued tiling off the back, and then I had to make the mine, which is actually in the set as well. I continued here with the sand, and then in the back I did sort of like a mine. It's kind of stale, but I did make sure to include the different layers of like the side of the mountain. For my personal favorite part here, we added the llamas and all the minifigures, and I think it makes the MOC really come alive and adds that Minecraft feel to it. Without the minifigures, it probably wouldn't even look like Minecraft, but thankfully we do have them, so yeah. This part actually does connect with the other MOC that I made in my previous video. If you want to go check that out, it's in the description. I think both of these look really good together, and hopefully I'll be adding more on the other side. So that is it for the episode of Fixing Illegal Minecraft Sets. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please like below. Tell me what your favorite biome is, and maybe I'll do a video on that. But until next time, I hope you guys have a great day and keep doing what you love.